Sunny here with another episode of Ask Starbase. So imagine you've just sat down to watch your favorite TV show. You decide to sit with your legs crisscrossed because you find it more comfortable that way. When the episode ends, you try to stand up and suddenly your right foot isn't working. At first you just can't move it. Then it feels like pins and needles all over. For a minute or two it feels uncomfortable and weird, but soon enough you're able to stand up and walk around normally. What just happened? Well, that brings us to our question. What happens when your foot falls asleep? Well, when your foot falls asleep, there is something wrong with the communication between your brain and the muscles in that area. Every time you decide to move your body, whether it's standing up, walking around, or playing sports, your brain sends signals to your muscles to make sure they move correctly. When the brain is unable to talk with a muscle or groups of muscles, some weird things can happen, including that part of your body getting that weird falling asleep sensation. It usually starts with a sense of numbness or tingling in that area. This sensation, which people often call pins and needles, is technically known as paresthesia. Some people mistakenly think a lack of blood flow causes this feeling. They imagine the asleep feeling happens when your blood, which carries nutrients all over your body, is unable to get to your foot. But that's not right. When your foot falls asleep, it's actually because the nerves that connect the brain to the foot are getting squished thanks to the position you're sitting in. Remember, it's these nerves that carry messages back and forth to let your brain and your foot communicate with each other. If the nerves have been compressed for a little while, you won't have much feeling in your foot because it can't get its normal messages through to your brain about how it feels or if it's moving. Once you start to move around again, the pressure on the nerve is released. You wake up and you'll start to notice a pins and needles feeling, and that feeling will only last for a few minutes and then everything will feel normal again. So now comes the important question. Is this dangerous? Most of the time when your foot or any other body part falls asleep, it's temporary and nothing to worry about. But even though it's not causing any permanent damage, you might want to avoid that feeling by switching your position often, not crossing your legs for a very long time, and when you're sitting for a long time, try standing up every so often. You probably can't 100% prevent your foot from ever falling asleep, but don't worry, it goes away pretty quickly. And maybe it can remind you of all the important brain messages your nerves are usually transmitting without your ever noticing. So that's all for this episode of Ask Starbase. Thanks for joining me. If you have a STEM question you would like us to answer, you can email us at ask@starbase-ct.com or go to our website starbase-ct.com to ask it there. Until next time!